Wisconsin Foodie would like to thank the following underwriters.
Here we are, Luke, back again.
Yeah, we're back again. Did I really cry?
You did cry. I don't know if you guys caught that. Luke cried. I can't. Tasting blue cheese. That's how passionate he is about blue cheese.
I am a crier, honestly. When it comes down to it, and I'm sure you can probably relate. You have those like food memories or experiences where it's just like so powerful and profound that it kind of rocks you to your core a little bit.
Yeah.
And I will say that.
Here, scooch it. Let me fix this camera here.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I will say that thank you so much, Lottie. That blue cheese tasting experience at Kingston, it made my knees weak. It was that good.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the real treats when you kind of get your socks knocked off every once in a while when you're traveling around the state.
I know.
Something happens, you're like, wow, that was profound.
Yeah.
I thought maybe for the 8 of the viewers who are following along at home, welcome. Arthur, would you show me on my hand, if this is the state of Wisconsin, I'll hold up this one, right? So now it's backwards in the camera. Where is Kingston Creamery located?
I assume that it's like right in here.
So kind of, you're just a little bit east of Wisconsin Dells, right? So it's that, Central Sands area in the state. And it's real easy to drive through and, not think about it.
No.
But man, oh man, Cambria, was that right?
Cambria.
Yeah.
Great one.
Cambria, Wisconsin.
Yep.
For those of you who don't know where that is, well, pull out a map. And one of the coolest parts about this creamery when we were in there, it's run by the Plain community. So you know what doesn't work? Your credit card.
Bring cash, because the closest gas station is like 20 minutes away.
Oh.
So, you got to bring the cash.
It's an ordeal. But with that being said, it's one of those food adventures that you really can't go wrong with. And, there's plenty. Oh, thank you. There's plenty of supper clubs and taverns around there too. Stop by and get some good food.
Yeah,
I've heard that the Dump Burger is actually pretty good in Cambria. But that's the local insider tip.
Yeah.
So we'll get some cheese, get a burger. Have yourself a Wisconsin afternoon.
We got an exciting show for you tonight. We got a special guest from the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, Molly Brown. She's their education director. We're trying to build off of this show every week, and this week we are going to do a cheese tasting. So hopefully you can follow along with us if you've got blue cheese, some of these blue cheeses at home. But we've got a great tasting coming up. Also, the fun part about tonight is, when we're here at the cafe, we're trying to get a little crazy, trying to get a little creative. So we've tasked Chef Trevor to be inspired by this episode of Wisconsin Foodie and surprise us with a dish made with blue cheese.
Yeah.
Very excited for that.
Yeah.
Remember when I asked you if he could do that? And you were like, nah, he's not going to do that. Nah, he's not going to do that.
Let's be fair.
I think he was pretty excited.
Let's be fair.
Okay.
The difference is you said you should tell him to do that. And I was like, well, we could ask him to
That's not it. That's not how he said it. All right, whatever.
And that's just the difference between being a director and, when you want something, you want that result. And you're so good at really getting that result. I have to make a conscious effort. I want to follow along in the chats the whole time. I want to see what everybody's saying, if they have feedback about the show, whatever's going on. But I'm going to try and just, make sweet.
Whoa, easy. Okay.
On that camera tonight.
Yeah. Ooh. Another fun thing we're going to do tonight is Wisconsin Foodie Trivia. We're going to see how closely you watched tonight's episode. So throughout the night, we're going to throw out some questions. And we really don't know what the prize is yet. It's probably going to be a $25 gift card to a gift certificate to the Driftless Café. We may send you some blue cheese. Or you could have dinner at Nelson Schrock's house tonight.
Yay!
So probably not that.
One of my favorite parts of this taping that I know didn't get collected because we didn't have the cameras rolling at that moment. So we pulled up at the Kingston Creamery cheese facility at probably 7 a.m. And it was one of those beautiful, idyllic summer mornings. And as we're standing there and we're talking to Nelson, and this is the first time I've ever met him, another gentleman rolls up in a car. And, it was someone who worked in the marketing aspect of Kingston Creamery. And as soon as this gentleman gets out of his car, Nelson with great jubilation in his voice, ask, how long till the website goes live? Now, if you live around the Amish community at all, or you've had even limited interactions with the Amish community, the mere fact that an Amish gentleman at 7 a.m. is asking the question, how long until the website goes live? It's like it made scrambled eggs out of my brain that morning. It's just like,
I know.
What are we doing here?
I would say this is probably, I'd like to say this is one of the more challenging episodes, but sometimes when we're put into a creative box, it makes it a little bit more like interesting. Like, okay, so we couldn't shoot the Amish. They really wouldn't be on camera. They didn't want to be on camera, so we had to be creative. And at one point, I was under the impression that it was just faces. But so I had gotten like arms and backs, and I got all sorts of different hands. And at one point, the Amish wanted to watch the episode to make sure that we didn't let anything slip. They were very sensitive about it. This has not been, this took almost, I would say, 7 to 8 months to plan, to organize, almost a year. So this was a very sort of tough behind the scenes type show to produce. And when they originally reached out, he didn't really know it was video. He thought it was going to be photos. It took a long time to get to where you saw this today. But at the very last second, this episode was at PBS. And somehow, I sent the link, they watched it, and I thought it was fine. But at the very last second, I got a laundry list of notes. So we had to go back into the episode, and I had to not bribe at all, but I had to ask PBS very nicely to let us do some edits, to take some of the shots out that they wanted to take out. And, so if there's parts of that segment or parts of that, the Kingston scene, like especially when Luke's tasting the cheese at the end, it gets a little long with him tasting cheese. I mean, it's probably the last 3 to 4 minutes of that segment. It's because I had to edit so much out of that episode to be able to make it work timing wise. So, but it was such a fascinating experience working with this group of people. You don't know what to expect, and you come up to Kingston Creamery, which I have to agree earlier for what Luke was saying. This is a place you want to put on your list and you want to visit right away. Yeah. You want to bring cash because you go there and it's you can get just so many of their cheeses that you might not be able to find in a store. They have other cheese. They have other Amish sort of snacks. But it's just the experience.
Yeah.
Yep. You would never realize. Were you shocked when you went into that creamery? Wasn't that a shocking experience?
It was absolutely, mind-boggling. Because for me, like usually when I come into an area or a location where we're going to tape, I camp, right? And so it gives me a chance to like kind of scout the area a little bit. I drive around, kind of see where we're going to be, just to build some familiarity. And the Kingston Creamery is truly out, in the middle of, farmland. It's really kind of out there on its own little island. So on the outside, it's kind of a nondescript cinder block building. Knowing that it was run by the Amish or the Plain community, I didn't know what I'd be walking into. Like, what is the cheese processing facility like? And then we got inside, and it was, it wasn't modern necessarily. Like, there were no...
I felt like that was probably one of the more modern cheese-making facilities I've been in.
But, when I say modern, yeah. When you compare it to, having computer screens on stations...
Sure.
You see the mixing.
Good point.
There was none of that. It was very, very tactile. And all of the cheesemakers in there, and I forget exactly how many there were, but it was a very well coordinated experience. The equipment was immaculate. The entire process, I was so fascinated, like how as a community that, doesn't necessarily identify with all the modern technology that we find in food processing, how do you make a cheese that comes from, animals that surround the creamery and then be able to lift that up and sell it forward, knowing that you're competing with all this modernity. And yeah. I was blown away. What an awesome experience.
And it is electrified. We had Cheryl ask the question, was there electricity? And it was,
Yeah. There was a lot of electricity.
Very much electrified. But yeah, I thought it was a beautiful facility. They took very good care of it. Very clean. One of the more, I think all cheese-making facilities are clean, but you could tell that there was just so much hard work and thoughtfulness put into that facility. But shocking when you're not, when you talk about the Amish, you don't really equate them to modern cheese making facilities. So
Yep.
that was great. What are your general thoughts on blue cheese overall? Are you like outside of this? Are you attracted to blue cheese? What do you?
Oh, I'm deeply attracted to blue cheese. Deeply.
Wow.
Uh,
Well, in the episode, you do talk about the oxytocin, right?
Yeah.
And what that does to
Yep.
your brain.
Yep. So oxytocin, for those of you that don't know, it's a chemical component in your brain. It's the love chemical. So when you eat dark chocolate, maybe, or you eat blue cheese, some of that chemical component actually releases in your brain, and you feel that deep sense of connection and love. And for me, blue cheese is, I view it as like just as luxurious as a very, very fine chocolate truffle. I like getting it in my palate. I like being able to kind of taste it out, work through the progressions of the cheese, really paying attention to the nuance. Of course, there's salinity, but then, like blue cheese has got a funk. Like trying to like articulate what it is exactly that funk is doing to your tongue at that moment. That's one of my favorite games to play. I mean, if we could do taste division, is part of the trivia contest next time. Well, we'll see. I mean, there's no wrong answers, right? How do you feel about blue?
See, I like all cheeses. So,
Yeah.
and it's for me. Yeah.
You've never had a cheese you didn't like.
Well, if it comes from Wisconsin, I like it.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Everything else is
Yeah, mid.
eh. But honestly, very excited tonight because we, speaking of blue cheese and tasting blue cheese and all the fine blue cheeses in Wisconsin, we have some of the finest here. And I feel bad because some have been left off.
Yeah.
But thankfully Trevor put on this nice, I was not expecting this.
Yeah.
But, maybe we could turn it to the audience here. Look at this.
Look at this.
So with this cheese tasting, we have such a special guest coming on tonight. Her name is Molly Brown, and that's Brown with an E. It's silent, though.
Brownie.
Molly joins us from the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, and she's their education director. So we are going to walk through a cheese tasting. She's going to talk about each of these cheeses, their nuances, the quirks. Hopefully you guys enjoy this because I am so looking forward to this. These cheeses have been in my car all day driving up here. I've just been thinking about eating these cheeses.
I thought that smell was you the entire time.
People have said that I have a blue cheese type odor, and I'm into it.
What, is it an odor or is it a funk? And is there any definition between the two? Please light up the chats. Let us know if there's a difference between an odor and a funk.
Okay, so without further ado, the blue adieu. Let's get Molly in here and see what Molly. Let's have her join the chat here. Let's join the conversation.
Hey, everybody at home, give a big round of applause for Molly Brown with an E. E is silent.
I'm gonna get this chat
You guys
from
got
over
it. You
your
nailed
face
it.
because that's not appropriate. There we go.
Hey, what's up, Molly?
Hi, how's it going?
Oh, if I were any better, my vitamins would be taking me.
Oh boy,
How about you?
sounds like a good. Yeah, I'm good.
Cool.
I'm in Milwaukee. It's storming, some lightning and thunder going on. I know.
Lucky you.
I'm calling it the Moody Blues over here.
Ooh. So if you didn't know, Molly is actually my neighbor in Shorewood, Wisconsin. Shout out Shorewood. You didn't know that?
I didn't know.
Not a direct neighbor, but I think everybody in Shorewood, we're all neighbors. It's 1 square mile. But now with that construction on Oakland, it kind of divides our community, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's
you're
the haves
you're
and
on
the
the other side of
have-nots.
Sherwood now. Yeah.
I'm on the other side of the tracks,
Yeah.
not the good side.
Not the good side, exactly. Trust me, I've been there my entire life. It's cool. So, Molly, talk to us a little bit about how you would structure blue cheese tasting in terms of like progression, compliments.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you look for when you're setting up a cheese tasting?
I'm so glad you asked. There's a really basic rule when it comes to cheese tasting, and that's that you want to taste in order of intensity. So with a category like blue cheese, that's especially important because blue cheese is one of the most flavorful categories of cheese. It's hard to find a category that is more intensely flavored. So arranging your blues in order of intensity can be a challenge because they all have that quality that makes them naturally very intense. But if you were tasting across like many categories of cheese, I would always say like you start with a fresh cheese, then you go to a bloomy rind cheese, then a washed rind cheese, and Gouda or an Alpine, and then you're always going to pretty much finish a tasting with a blue cheese, unless you're tasting something like a 15-year cheddar. Like that's almost the only other type of cheese that can really stand up in intensity and like robustness of flavor to blue. So tonight,
can you tell us what we have? Can you tell us what we have here today and what order you would take those in?
Yes, I ordered them. I just did the tasting, and I'm feeling really good about this order. So the very first one we're going to taste tonight is the Premium Blue by Kingston Creamery. I think it's the one that you guys saw being made in the episode. The next one we're going to taste is the Paradise Blue by Hooks. So Tony Hook, a Wisconsin master cheesemaker for many years, and makes a lot of really incredible blue cheeses here in our state. And then after that, we're going to taste the Moody Blue by Roth Cheese in Monroe. And we're going to finish off with one of the biggest flavors you'll probably ever encounter in cheese, which is the Blue Jay by Deer Creek. So this is a blue cheese that not only has blue flavoring in it, but it is also packed with juniper berries. So quite aromatic. I know.
Bomb. That's the blue bomb.
So you would say, just as an overall, that a blue cheese tasting board is like camping.
It's intense.
It's intense. Yeah.
Yeah. Or like
my jokes landed tonight, Molly.
They're good.
Molly, we've got a fan that's asking if you've been to the feast since you're in Shorewood.
Oh, I haven't been to like the seated feast, but I've gone to like the food truck feast.
That's fine. It's all one feast, baby. We're all one at the feast.
It's one of those things that every year I'm like, oh, that's tonight. Okay, I missed it again. And then we go get a tamale.
Hey,
you do what works,
You do you.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, let's start at the Kingston Blue. Let's try a little bit. I want you to tell us, what you're tasting.
Through it.
Absolutely.
This is me holding it up for camera.
So right away, I like to get the cheese in there. I like to really, you want to coat your palate in the cheese when you're tasting it. Like, don't tread lightly. Get in there. It's something I've had to develop comfort doing over the years, like tasting cheese on camera.
Trust me, I know.
It can be a little awkward.
It's a vibe. Ooh.
That salinity, right? I love that salinity.
Oh, yeah. This is a salty batch. I would, blue cheese is known to be a really salty style of cheese. This one's getting really up there. I think this is pushing the limits of salt for the category. The thing I love about all of Kingston's blues is that they have this like toasty, savory component to them that you don't always find in blue cheese. I think you more often find like fruity flavors in blue. Yep. And I don't know how they're doing it, but it is so good. It is like unexpected and balanced and just a totally different component of blue than you expect to find.
I really like the creaminess of, and obviously it's the first one on the board that we've had. So I'm sure that that'll be present through all the blues, but this one, it's so unctuous. I mean, like you just get like that huge mouth coating. It hits first with salt. It backs off into that like luxurious feeling in your mouth. It is totally a vibe. And then it kind of comes in with those hints of that blue. And like you described it, it's just, it's very warm and pleasant.
It is. I would call this like a gateway blue.
It's a gateway blue.
Can be like a gateway blue. Yeah. The cheese or blue cheese is like a very polarizing cheese. As I'm sure the comments will probably tell you, there's probably 50% of the people out here who love it and 50% of the people who are like, ew, disgusting, never.
Let's see on chat. Let's see what you like out there, chat. So in the chat, if you like blue cheese, give me a thumbs up. If not, give me a thumbs down. And talking to Nelson at Kingston, I think they really try to focus on making a milder blue cheese because they wanted to attract more people. They wanted to make it accessible for a wider audience, and they felt that was the way to go is to make it a little milder.
I love that. I think that's a great mission. You want to bring people into the cheese, make it accessible, right?
Yeah, it almost eats like a gorgonzola.
You just keep going with everything else. You're just eating all the stuff on the board here, bro. Are you hungry?
I've been in meetings like all day, back to back to back to back. So yes, this is dinner.
What pairings do you guys have over there? You'll have to fill me in.
Oh, so we have some pickled red onions, Those come from some of our Amish farmers here. Levi Miller is the gentleman who grows those for us. We have some raspberry jam, which we make in-house here at the cafe. This time of year, we're taking frozen raspberries from the summer season and, basically macerating them with sugar, a little bit of lemon juice, give it some acidity. And then I've got some local honey here, too. Honey is one of those staples of the cafe. We get ours from a guy by the name of Jim Krause in the community. And then we've got some figs, some house-made sourdough bread, and then some olives.
Lovely. I think, when you think about pairing blue cheese, this is another one that is like, this is hard. This is not, just some mild cheese that you can kind of put anything with and it's going to taste good. And there's a lot of different ways that you can approach pairing. There's many different pairing concepts out there that you can apply. But the thing that I always think about when I'm thinking about pairing blue cheeses is, again, just about that intensity of flavor. And so when you're looking for a pairing, you want to find something that's going to match that intensity. So if it's a big cheese, you want to find a big flavor to pair with it. If it's like a delicate, mild, fresh cheese, you want to, go with something like citrusy and light. So that's a really good way to approach this. You mentioned honey, which is a great and very classic blue cheese pairing. And it's interesting because honey definitely has a lighter flavor profile than your average blue cheese does. But the sweetness really counteracts the salt, which is another principle of pairing that I always adhere to, which is to contrast flavors, play around with that. But it's really the texture of the honey, I think, that interacts very well with blue cheese. Blue cheese is super creamy. Actually, all blue cheeses get their signature creaminess from not only the moisture content of the finished cheese, but the blue mold is very lipolytic. So it breaks down the fats in the cheese and gives it that creamy texture, more so than you would get from something less lipolytic. So that's your curd nerd fact of the night.
I love that. Lipolytic. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that one a lot.
Tune in to the live show. You're going to learn something every single time. Let's move on to the Hook's Blue Paradise. Is that where we go next?
Yeah, that's what we're tasting next. So this one for me was interesting because when I opened it, it wasn't super blue, and I could see the mold in it, but it wasn't. It was kind of green. It was really light. It's been sitting cut on my board for 30 minutes. And so I think you guys talked about the piercing process in the episode tonight. And it's really important that the blue molds have access to oxygen. Otherwise, they don't turn blue. So there's kind of a myth out in the world that blue cheeses are injected with blue mold. And that's not actually the case. The blue cultures are added during the cheese make, and then those holes are made through piercing, and oxygen enters the cheese, and then the blue veins form. So this one was a cool experiment for me to kind of see it turn bluer as we've been sitting here.
I get a lot of fruity notes on this, right?
Good call.
You hit it first. It's not as salt forward as the Kingston Blue, but it really blossoms.
Yeah.
On your palate. Even now, as I breathe air in over my palate, it's different parts of my tongue that are lighting up. I get a little bit of bitter, I get a little bit of salt, I get a little bit of sweet. Not so much on the acid receptors, but I'm definitely salivating a lot because it's delicious.
I almost got a little cheddar at the front, at the beginning. You almost put it in your mouth. You get a little cheddar right off the bat, but that complexity really unfolds as it moves around, and you coat your tongue, you coat your palate with this cheese. You go through this ride, right? And it's not punch you in the face type of blue, but it's just this sort of elevated, mellow, mild blue with a lot of complexity. Well, we lost Molly there. But we'll just keep eating here.
Yeah. Where were we going next? We're going Roth. There's Molly. Hey-oh.
That was aliens took over for a minute, and I wish you could have
heard
happens. What I heard.
Yeah, thanks a lot, AI.
Obama said they're real.
Seriously. Okay.
Oh my God. Yeah, I agree with your assessment. This is super fruity. This is a really good example of the complexity that you can get with blue cheese. You mentioned that really long finish, and I agree on all those points. I have this pairing here that I'm trying. This salted currant compote.
Ooh.
It's intensely flavored between the salt and the super concentrated currant flavor. It's delicious. It wasn't my favorite pairing with that cheese, so I'm gonna keep trying it and see where I end up. I'll let you know.
You know, like they say, if you don't first succeed, try again. Specifically when it comes to combos. I mean, you can't
exactly.
ever.
Well, pairing in general, you know.
Yeah,
Pairing
it's
in
all
general.
one big choose your own adventure. Should we do a Roth?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do a raw.
Should.
Can you talk while we're trying this one though? Before we get into it, can you talk about the difference between blue cheese and like a gorgonzola? What's happening there? Why are they considered different cheeses?
So this is so interesting because like categorically they're not. You know, so like gorgonzola is just like a blue cheese from Italy. It's one of the very oldest blue cheeses. Actually, right before I joined, I was nerding out. The very first mentions of gorgonzola appeared in in Roman archives. So there you go.
Sure.
They've been making gorgonzola since the Roman times. And
Wow.
there was kind of this idea that like gorgonzola used a different penicillium strain than like what we would call quote unquote blue cheese. But that's actually kind of been disproven that those are two different strains from each other. So Penicillium roqueforti is the microbe that's responsible for the coloring, the bluing. And the other Penicillium strain that's more commonly used in gorgonzola is just another substrain of that.
A substrain.
That's what they call
Substrain.
you.
Substrain?
No, they never call you that.
No, they call my mustache the soup strainer, but not the substrain. I don't know. So talk to me about what do you get off that Moody Blue?
I feel like it's more like the Kingston. Like it's more on that salty, savory side. Like I'm not getting a lot of those fruity notes. There's like a prune flavor on the back. You getting like a prune?
Yeah, I can see prune.
Right?
I definitely get like with the hooks, obviously that it was very fruit forward. I mean, you got the salt, but it was like bang fruit. But then you get into that Roth, and it's very well balanced, very mild. The bluing isn't overpowering. It's not like you got slapped in the face with like a Roquefort or whatever. It's super approachable, but super delicious also at the same time. It's crazy good.
I'm going to use one of your words.
Oh, go for it.
Pudgy.
It is pudgy.
It's very pudgy. It's that creaminess really kind of stands out from the others.
That's a Matty Kuhn word. I mean, I wish I could take credit for it.
Perfect timing, right?
Yeah. Cheesemaker for Roth, of course, pudgy.
Yeah, this is a really lovely cheese. It's great.
It's kind of when I think of a blue cheese, it's really sort of what I think of as a blue cheese, right? It's got enough of those blue notes that come through. And, it's blue cheese.
That's the worst food description I've ever heard in my entire life. If you go ahead.
I was gonna say I've done cheese competitions before and like been like this cheese tastes cheesy. So I don't think you're doing that bad, Arthur.
Okay.
Thanks, Molly.
Well, there was once upon a time when we did a crossover episode with their kids. You remember when you asked Ilya what that Blue Moon flavor tasted like? And you responded on camera, well, it tastes like classic Blue Moon. This tastes like classic blue cheese.
But I'd say we're talking about all these different varieties of blue cheese, and they all have different notes. They all have different flavors. Some are milder, some are a little stronger. So when you think of a typical blue cheese, this is what I'm thinking of. Whereas the other ones might be a little milder. This one has more of those notes that bring me to like that quintessential blue cheese of how I think of it.
Yeah, I like it. Thanks for justifying your answer. You're such a good dude.
I get like a lovely herbal note on the back of it. Like there's something almost like eucalyptus-y in there. But like very, right in the like after everything else is kind of wandered off.
You can't go backwards. You just went back into the hooks.
Don't tell me what to do.
We're pushing forward. You're going backwards.
Dude, I'm thinking for crumbs. I mean, like when you have all this delicious cheese in front of you, it's hard to pace yourself.
We're gonna eat. We're gonna eat more food here.
Great, good. Fine, grand. Deer Creek. Tell me about the Deer Creek, the Blue Jay. I love
Oh,
Chris Gentine.
And this cheese is so good. This is absolutely one of my favorite cheeses. Me and Christian's favorite cheese peeps in the whole world. So this cheese is, they call it a quintuple cream cheese, which I don't want to put anybody on blast here, but it doesn't mean necessarily more than a triple cream. Fit any more fat into a cheese than a triple cream, but it's the number cans of cream they add to the milk is 4. So that's how they came up with the name. So they took this cheese and they thought, how can we really elevate this blue? I know, let's pack some juniper berries into it to really like ramp up the aromatics of it. So flavored blue cheeses are not like a huge category of blue. Again, blue is so flavorful and it's hard to combine it with something else that's not going to fight it. And I think this is a tremendous example of a great success in that realm. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think
we're getting there. Christian, though, I think thanks. What's the etiquette on handing someone a pinch of blue cheese? Like, do you ever go through that?
We've done
if you
worse.
hand it to them, you have to feed it to them. You've got to put it into their mouth.
Oh, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know that I'm a D-list celebrity, but the least you could do is feed me the pinch of cheese.
Wow.
Whoa.
Woo.
Right? That's a big boy.
That is so much going on in that one.
On.
Shut the front door. That is big. Yeah. It's big.
I would love to know the process of coming up with the juniper berries in the cheese. Like, what was that?
He's a mad scientist.
Yeah, he is.
Well, it was actually his wife who came up with the recipe.
Luke. Wow.
Which is great. You know, like I think that story should be told very, very prominently because, you know, you have Chris out there and Chris is such a charismatic gentleman. Obviously, he has a strong lineage in cheese making in Wisconsin. And, you know, that whole Deer Creek line is fantastic. But to know that his partner actually conceptualized this, you know, I don't want to talk to Chris anymore. I want to talk to, you know, the real brains behind the operation. Now that I know that Chris is just a smokescreen, I'm going to fight through it.
Remember the taping we did with Chris and he did the cheese tasting?
Yeah, we did the cheddar wheel.
The cheddar wheel.
Which I
did you guys go up all the way up the arc and then back down?
We were in circles. We went. It was wild.
It was wild. It
was like hours. I felt there was hours of it.
It was good though. I still utilize that curriculum.
You do. You sure
all
do.
The time. Man, that is so enjoyable.
I find myself craving like a piece of dark chocolate.
Yeah,
that's what I really.
So
you know,
that was my other pairing that I brought. I had this dark chocolate with Nordic spruce shoots in my cabinet.
Holy cow! Nice call.
Tasting notes of forest, citrus, and rosemary. Whoa!
Wow!
Whoa! The chocolate and the cheese. Whoa!
That's like a walk in the forest.
It is.
You got the juniper.
You got the blue jays. You got it all.
Exactly. A spring
can you send us some of that?
The spruce are shooting.
The spruce are shooting. Wow. I didn't have that on my bingo card for 2026. The spruce are shooting at us.
Yeah, no, like they're shooting like off the, you know, like the shoots are forming.
Yeah. No,
the
I
get
get
are singing. You know, you got it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I immediately
well
went
with my currant compote too.
Your currant compote? Of course it does.
It works good with that. I'm gonna try them all together.
Oh, you're making yourself like a power combo. You want a little bit?
Oh yeah. Whoa.
Oh, there it is.
There you go. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah,
that just kind of cleaned the palate.
That's what it does.
Wow.
Real nice. That's real nice.
This would be like fantastic in an olive, in a martini, right?
Yeah.
The juniper from the cheese, the juniper from the gin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Little. All I wanted to do is write Snoop Dogg lyrics into that. The gin and juice, gin and juniper, but I couldn't make the jump. Sorry, Molly.
It's okay.
Molly, tell us a little bit about cooking with blue cheese. Do you ever cook with it, and do you have ideas that maybe we're not thinking about that we should try?
Well, I'm sure you guys are probably definitely already crumbling it in a salad, so I probably don't need to talk to you too much about that.
Yeah, I don't want crumbled in a salad. I want something. I want a deep dive.
Art doesn't want to crumble in the salad.
I mean, I do. I mean, don't get me wrong. But.
It makes a lovely sauce. So using that as a cheese sauce. What I've heard really good things about. I haven't tried it myself because I've been going a different direction with this, but using it as a second cheese in a mac and cheese can really create a depth of flavor in there that you wouldn't necessarily get otherwise. So that's something that I really recommend. I'm personally right now working my way through
in the mac. That's what it
flavors.
tastes like. Yeah, it's so good.
So good.
That's a great idea.
I don't know, Luke. How do you guys use it in the restaurant?
Oh, every which way. As we saw in the episode, I really wanted to kind of highlight that. The unctuousness of that Kingston Blue. Obviously, it's very mild, very sweet, but very balanced. Mm-hmm. So, utilizing it as a sauce for the schnitzel. And I think schnitzel is just a fun word to say. Schnitzel.
I don't think I can say it.
Schnitzel.
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 You know what I can't say? Smorgasbord. I can't say it. That and Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. That's
it's terrible.
You're doing a good job, though.
Thanks. I'm really powering through it.
Yeah.
The other thing that I really, and this is a tiny bit unconventional. I don't know if you knew this, but a lot of food and culinary scholars talk about the origins of where food came from, and hollandaise, right? People like eggs Benedict. You like it with a little piece of ham. You like it with the egg. You like it with the toast or the croissant. Mm-hmm. I like throwing a little bit of blue cheese in my hollandaise every once in a while because you get that it's a little bit chunky. It's spunky. It's funky. You got all of those rhyming words going on. And I didn't know this, but hollandaise actually, most people attribute that to the French and the French culinary cuisine. But actually, hollandaise was invented in Nome, Alaska. And they actually have festivals there to celebrate the hollandaise sauce. And, locals say there's no place like Nome for the hollandaise. So that's why I like putting that blue cheese in there, because it's kind of it's an homage to Alaska. It's an homage to the blue cheese, and all of it together is delicious.
That's a true talent you have, my friend. That's why you get paid the big bucks.
You're welcome.
Wow. Hey, Molly, how can people find out more about what you do and where you're at, and how can they learn more about all these great Wisconsin cheeses?
Oh, yeah. Well, the very first place I would go for that is wisconsincheese.com. Our organization has a wonderful repertoire of cheese information, descriptions, answers to all of your burning cheese questions, recipes, you name it. We are the Wisconsin cheese people, and we really love to promote and celebrate and come up with awesome, fun ways to use Wisconsin cheese in everyday life.
If you were going to eat a cheese outside of Wisconsin, what state would it be from?
Wow. Why would you? Bad question. Next.
I feel like I'm walking.
It was a trick question. It was a trick question. Okay.
Well, you got us.
I tricked both of you.
Boy.
No, honestly, it was a trick question.
Once again, Arthur sets a trap that I unwillingly stumble into. Thank you very little.
Anyway, Molly, we really appreciate you. I know it's
seriously.
getting late. Thank you so much for doing this with us. Can't wait to see you around the neighborhood and taste cheese together one of these days in person.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks so much for having me. This was super fun.
Hey, and before you go, I just want to say how important it is that the work that you do at the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin for farm families. I mean, honestly, it's amazing for the Wisconsin farming families, but what you all have done to build Wisconsin's cheese industry into a worldwide conversation, that is the work of heroes. Keeping farmers on their land, keeping people engaged in the grocery stores through the conversations like this. You guys do the heavy lifting. So thank you so much.
Well said, Luke. Well said.
Thanks, man.
Well said.
Give it up for Molly. Brown with an E. Silent.
Give it up. Whoop, whoop.
You did great,
All right,
Molly.
thanks, you guys. Talk to you soon.
Nice.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. That was great.
Yeah, you like that? couple dad jokes, eating some cheese.
You're doing fantastic.
Oh, thanks, man.
So glad you came tonight.
Me too. I've been on a heater. Woo, meeting.
I know. And then you step into this. Talk to the people. This is the best part of the day, isn't it?
This is the best
great.
part of the day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can sit down. We get to eat.
Yeah, I started the day. I opened up the kitchen here at the cafe in the morning.
Ooh.
Prepped this, my younger staff. And I got to say, I'm old enough to be their dads now, which is a weird transition to make. But I love those guys. Everybody that works here it's such a joy and a pleasure to be around. So, going from that into doing some real legitimate work and then coming back here to have a meeting with you to talk about like strategy and development and all those fun pieces.
Yep.
And then running to, like you and I have a very active civic engagement schedule.
Sure.
Part of this process, like honestly, if you haven't joined a board or found your community, please get engaged. The time is now.
Yeah.
So
That's great, man. Well said.
yeah, we do. I did a board meeting and then hoofed it back to Viroqua. And here we are.
The beautiful thing about this is the cafe's open. People are here. Each week it gets busier and busier. These tables are full and everybody's hanging out, eating burgers, eating dinner, and watching us do our best.
That's really all you can ask of us.
But it's pretty sweet. I'd have to say it's pretty sweet to be able to watch the show here with both of us in person, watching reactions, talking about the show in real time. Luke sometimes hasn't even seen the show, so it's a first. From what I understand, Chef Trevor has some food for us.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Wow, I am excited.
This is the buddy bite. This is the perfect bite, right? I got that blue. I got the oh yeah. How was that? A little sourdough, a little fruit.
That sourdough is very good.
Yeah, seriously. Brie, Carrie, the Apt cousins. Whew.
I think one thing that we're missing in this discussion is the Owl Farm.
Oh yeah. You want to talk about the OF?
I think most people out there want to know, how can they come to the Owl Farm?
I'm glad you asked.
I hear you have really great servers, by the way.
Yeah, they're pretty great. Most of the people that come out there are really good people.
Yeah.
But some of the servers are sitting at a table next to us, and Arthur's just trying to score brownie points wherever he can. So props to them. Welcome to.
You want to make your server happy?
Yeah, you do. You do.
They're number one.
You just want to make people happy. I do it. So, if you're looking to join us at an Owl Farm experience, the first thing that I would have you do is look at the Fortney Hotel, our neighbor, right next door. We do 5 driftless escapes in the course of the summertime. The driftless escapes basically are this. You come to the Fortney Hotel, you have an overnight stay. As part of that overnight stay, we schlep you on a bus out to the Owl Farm. And, it's never just about like coming and eating dinner. The entire, as I said in the episode, like the entire experience of the Owl Farm is designed to be transformational, not transactional, right? So there's a couple rules, like we don't allow cell phones because I want people to be engaged, but more importantly, I want them to be engaged with the people around them. Right? Food brings community together, and it allows us to have these conversations that maybe we wouldn't normally have. So,
oh my God,
oh boy, what am I? Oh my gosh,
holy, wow!
Say hi to India, our sous chef.
Hey, India. No, you guys are great.
Trevor, come over here. Tell us what we got here. Pull up a chair.
What do you got?
So you guys wanted me to prep a little tasting?
So the challenge for you was to be inspired by the episode and take the blue cheese and do something fun with it.
Yeah, so I couldn't decide what to do, so I made 4 things instead.
Points.
And one thing I love about that Kingston blue is that it's so versatile. Like you can really mess around with it and use it. And it's just such a great thing, starting with great ingredients from the ground up. It's kind of what we're all about here. So I wanted to kind of feature it in a couple different ways. First, I have a marble rye bagel with some salmon gravlax on there that I cured with some beets and horseradish. A little caper relish over the top, and then I crumble that blue cheese. For the second course, I have a little tomato and blue bisque, one of my favorite soups right there in the cup. Yep, some house croutons with our sourdough bread. And then I have a little black and blue pork chop from our friends at St. Brigid's Meadows with some caramelized onions and brulee blue cheese over the top.
Dude.
And for dessert, we have some fried lemon poppy seed cake that we make in-house with a little raspberry semi-Fredo and a blue cheese icing. So kind of a fun application of that blue cheese as well. So, yeah.
This is out of control, dude.
Hey, thanks, man.
You know, for you to be able to obviously not only conceptualize this, but like execute this in a matter of hours, it truly is like the absolute nature of what we do at Wisconsin Foodie, right?
Yeah.
It's all an organic experience. Thank you so much.
You're
dude.
so welcome, man.
Yeah, I love you.
It's so fun. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you,
Thanks,
brother.
You
man.
enjoy.
Thank you.
Wow. Yeah, look at this. Look at us go. My mom would be so happy. She would. She loves blue cheese. All right, Art, where do you go first? Like, what's your first bite, buddy? Are you a soup guy?
Oh man.
So one of the things that I noticed here, and I will say that from a chef's perspective, it's taking a real risk, which is the rye bagel, gravlax. So that's house-cured salmon that's cured with beets and ginger, and then a little blue cheese crumble on the top. Are you kidding me?
I'm going there first, bro.
You're going, yeah, me too. Me too.
Look at this. Ooh. Oh my gosh. And so you cured the salmon in house.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Big bite.
Oh my God.
That's stupid good. Dude, the rye bagel, that caper relish, the cured salmon, and that blue, like they all just kind of lightly touch up against each other. It's divine. Woo-hoo. It's absolutely divine. You want a napkin? You got one?
No.
Here. That's a banger. You know, most of my culinary career, I was instructed by chefs, obviously in different food traditions, like you never mix fish and cheese. And for a long time, I really adhered to that. But, you know, it's like they say, you can take the boy out of Wisconsin, but you can't take the Wisconsin out of the boy. Maybe you've heard that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so I really like finding ways to subtly integrate that. And blue provides such an interesting structural framework. It's amazing.
Go with the soup next. There's nothing better than a little I like the diversity in a soup where you've got the textures and having a little crouton in there.
Yeah.
Man.
Are you a chunky soup guy or a smooth soup guy? Also, everyone at home, are you chunky or smooth when it comes to your soup? Do you put blue cheese in a soup? How do you feel about fish and blue cheese? Is this too wild, too weird? What are we thinking? Banger.
Yeah, wow. What was this again? What was the
Tomato and blue cheese soup. So we have some of that sourdough bread.
Oh,
We cut our own croutons. We fry those off. We've got a little bit of blue drizzled over the top and then some herbs. So this is like taking the goodness of the summertime, you know, a little bit of cream from Organic Valley and really working that blue cheese in there to balance, right? So in this bite, you get the consistency of the crouton, you get the acid of the tomato, and then you get that lovely, lovely blue cheese flavor.
man, what's going on with that crouton? That crouton's like on something else. It's like on a different level. It's like,
Yeah, I don't mess around when it comes to crouton. Last thing I want with the crouton at the Driftless Café was for you to come here and eat it. And you know how like you eat the Captain Crunch and the Crunch Berries and it just shreds your mouth?
oh God, I hate that.
I hate that.
You can't stop. You know it's coming, and your whole mouth is just. I can't stop it.
I like asking people what their favorite breakfast cereal is. I had a line cook today tell me grape nuts. And
Fired immediately.
You don't work here anymore. No, grape nuts are good. What's the deal with grape nuts, though? There's no grapes. There's no nuts. How do we get to grape nuts?
There's no grapes and there's no nuts.
It's like a Jerry Seinfeld bit. I think it is actually a Jerry Seinfeld.
Wow.
Delicious.
That soup is, holy cow. It's turning into a mukbang,
Right?
We're just throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks here with you folks. So if you keep watching.
Yeah. We'll keep talking about it. The old Midwest mukbang.
Hey, thank you for to Jim and Cheryl hanging in there.
Okay.
Hoping that Sue's doing good today. She's recovering.
Yeah. Sue and Dennis, the Olsons. I hope her eyes.
Let me see a knife. Try to make the perfect bite here. You're good at that, man. You're a professional biter.
Wow.
Professional eater.
That's not fair. Dude, that hurts it so good. Okay. Pork, for those of you that enjoy pork, it's a sweet. It has an inherent sweetness to it.
You keep talking, bro. I'm gonna keep eating.
I will. The inherent sweetness of the pork, when it's combined with like those butter whipped potatoes, the onions, and then last but not least, like the bruleed blue cheese on top. So like torching it. When you torch something like that, obviously you're provoking the Maillard reaction. Maillard reaction is just a fancy way of saying caramelized, right? Oh. So you're really enhancing the sugars. Once those sugars like really start popping, this thing is like a symphony in your mouth.
It's hard to believe that all of these sort of bites here are incorporating the blue cheese in it.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I mean, cooking with cheese is very underrated.
Right? But I do think it's kind of on us as the good folks in the Midwest or Midwest adjacent who love these ingredients, who love these farmers. Like, it's really important that right now we tell the story through every bite and really do our best to amplify and elevate the work of people like Nelson and the folks at Kingston Creamery, the work of the dairy farmers of Wisconsin, and the work of farmers everywhere. Holy smokes. There is no greater piece of leverage in American structure right now than being able to shake a farmer's hand and say, thank you for growing my food. It is essential. If you love it, you got to do your best to put it on your menus. You got to do your best to tell the stories. You got to evangelize.
Yeah, fantastic. Wow.
You ready to go to dessert?
Yes, sir. I'm always ready. Are you like a sweet at the end of the meal kind of guy, or what? Where you land with that?
Yeah. I'm like a sweet anywhere kind of guy.
Yeah, true.
I mean, do I look like I'm a sweet at the meal kind of guy? Semi-Fredo.
Wow. What's going on here? What did we say this was here?
So it was a fried lemon poppy seed cake. Oh man. Very semi-Fredo. Wow. And then a very, very nice, delicate blue cheese and cream base. A few years back, the fine folks at the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin asked me to cook a dinner in Sheboygan for some of their Cheeselandia participants. And I had the rare and unique opportunity to work with Baron. You remember Baron?
Oh, yeah, gelato.
Mm-hmm. Baron Gelato, Gotstocker, up in Vegas. And he made me the best blue cheese gelato. And we used that on the dessert. And, you've seen me get funky with blue cheese before. Like with the black garlic episode, we had blue cheese in there. Like Baron's gelato was next level, out of this world delicious. And it really did open my eyes and demonstrate the capability. Good blue cheese, like you can kind of use that and work those flavors in everywhere. It's a delight.
You're a delight.
You're a delight.
All right, trivia question. First one to answer this question gets $25 to the Driftless Café. We'll keep it here for you next time you come up. The question is, what was the first cheese that Luke tasted on camera today at Kingston Creamery?
Dum 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 dum. Oh, am I gonna get sued by Jeopardy for singing that?
No.
Okay.
They're cool.
You think Jeopardy knows we exist?
Yeah, they're watching right now, Ken Jennings. All right, out of Cheryl, Jim, and Sue, what do you guys think? I know you guys are the ones that are going to answer this. What was the first cheese that we tasted on camera? Nope.
Was it the Breezy Blue?
That's the question. Why did you say the answer, bro?
I didn't know the answer.
That was it.
I just asked the question. Was it? It was a Jeopardy. I said it in the form of a question. So, for lack of a better producer, and of course, a mediocre talent as a host, apparently it was the Breezy Blue. And trying to collect my thoughts. I didn't see the episode. I don't remember.
Why are you asking though? It said they're the ones that are supposed to answer.
I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page.
Fine. You get a gift certificate to the Driftless Café. $25. Sorry, Jim. Okay. Last one, and we got to go.
I won't answer this one.
What was the name of the Amish gentleman that was telling a story in the piece? What was the first name of the gentleman telling the story?
Was it? I'm kidding.
Dessert? No. Oh, dessert.
Hey, just so you know, your mic's hot. I got Arthur walking.
All right, Jim, you got it, my friend.
That's right.
Nelson.
I managed to not tip that one over. Nelson Schrock. Good guy.
All right.
What can folks expect next week? Because I think next week's a little bit of a...
Next week's great. Next week is going to be a lot of fun. It is about the dairy farm breakfast in Wisconsin, which is quintessential Wisconsin. I don't know if you've never been, you've never tried, but dairy farms across the state open their farms up for a day of breakfast on the farm. And we visit the best at the Hinchley Farm in Dane County. It is fantastic. The farmers there, the folks, is such a great turnout. And, Luke does a great job trying to interview baby calves on that one. Didn't get much from him, but that's all right.
Strong and silent type.
The other part of that episode, because it's all about breakfast, is we visit a place right around the corner from the Driftless Café. Maybe Lately's.
Yeah.
I know you guys are going to love this segment. You're going to love the food. This whole episode is just money. And maybe it's going to be easy to get the guests just to kind of come over because they're locals, right?
They're right across the
They can join us here.
Yeah.
And we can meet some breakfast foods because I love breakfast.
Yeah. Well, there's never a bad time for breakfast.
No.
You know, how many of my nights of my career do I crash out in bed eating a bowl of Raisin Bran?
Yeah.
Or, it's just at breakfast. It's warm. It's comforting.
It's not necessarily in the morning. You can have breakfast any time of the day.
Anytime of the day.
I like breakfast for dinner is the best, right?
Breakfast for dinner.
All
right. That's a Midwestern tradition. So we're going to meet with those fine folks over at Pancakes for Peace, a.k.a. Maybe Lately's, and, get a little bit of a deep dive. If you haven't been to Maybe Lately's, please, what do I say? Run, don't walk. Yeah. I think that's the old adage. Run, don't walk. Get to Maybe Lately's. Get yourself a breakfast burrito. Get yourself a Mr. Sandwich. Have a biscuit. Have some juice. Have a conversation.
After this episode, this place is just going to be completely filled every second of the day. So this is our warning right now. This is your week. This is your week from this Thursday to next Thursday. Get to Maybe Lately's. Get the Mr. Sandwich. Get yourself a burrito, get it all because it's all amazing. And, it's going to be fun. Can't wait to share that episode with you next week.
And you tell them that Wisconsin Foodie sent you.